In a world where everything is done. Oh, what am I doing? I think everyone has that one game that they played for way too many hours as a kid. Whether it was Minecraft, GTA, or God forbid Fortnite. I think we can all agree that that one game really can shape up your childhood in more than just one way. And for me, this was, well, apart from Minecraft, Rayman Legend. Now, to be fully honest, about 99% of you have probably never even heard of this game simply because you didn't have a childhood. So you might be wondering, what the f is Rayman Legend? Well, let me explain it within 10 seconds. It's a Super Mario clone that exists on more than one specific device that also happens to sound just like my vacuum cleaner whenever I clean my room once a year. Basically, Rayman Legends is a game where you, similarly to basically every other platformer game, run around with a very goofy looking character, jump on even more goofy enemies' heads, and then eventually save the people who, despite having literal wizards, can't defend against some random frogmen. Now, while this might seem like any other platformer game, the main reason why I'm making this video is because money. I think this game is a perfect example of a perfect platform. I hate my lot. Also, I spent 20 bucks on this game and I have like $5 in my account. Please subscribe. Now, in any non-biased review of the game, you would probably start by talking a little bit about the overall gameplay. But the difference is that I'm biased, this is my video, so screw you, I win, let's talk about characters. The characters in this game consist of Rayman himself, who, by the way, has probably the most emo looking haircut ever, a frog, I do not remember the name of this guy, I just remember this guy spanks his enemies at a higher speed than your dad going to get the milk. Then we have the defenseless blobs, who are all the same with different clothes, and finally Barbara. Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that any further. While the gameplay is mostly like any other platformer, only with way more goofy animations, the game still has a lot of unique enemies, such as vines chomping you up, obese frogs, some random Gengar looking all enemies who also happen to die by fireworks conveniently placed out right next to them, skeletons, oh, and then there's Lucha. This guy looks like he wants to eat me. The gameplay is also very unique. Of course, you have stuff like jumping on enemies' heads, over-exaggerated reach, multiple forms of character. You get the point, the typical platformer stuff. But where this game differs is in the music levels. And I'm sorry, but these things hit harder than your mom when you haven't taken out the trash and are basically carrying the entire game. Now, this doesn't mean I think the rest of the game is total garbage, of course. I have way too many hours on it, please send help. But I'm just saying that the replay value is just so much higher in this game compared to other games because of these specific levels. Oh, and of course the robot dragon boss fight, which I have probably fought well over 500 times by now, because that thing is the best boss fight I've ever had, and that's definitely saying something. I mean, I have like 69 hours of playtime on Heydays. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, this just seems like a generic platformer game with music levels added to each... Oh wait, that's actually kind of true, but you cannot change my mind. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that I could talk about, but one thing in particular I do want to bring up that I realized actually yesterday when I played through it, basically every single level is centered around one main gameplay mechanic. Whether it's that the level consists of 90% ropes and chains, literally breaks down as you move through it, or even has the main objective of spanking enemies with this random frog helper. Seriously, I don't get what the deal is with frogs in this game being world-class athletes at spanking random things. I actually hate this guy with a strong passion. I don't care if it's one of the most unique gameplay mechanics ever. This guy has probably killed me more times than the actual enemies. Oh, and also there's like an entire playlist about the levels being built up by foods and worms in it, but we don't really talk about that. Speaking of playlists, I do have an entire playlist of me talking about stuff. Rayman Legend consists of a total of 5 playlists, I think. Today on the show we have teensies being kidnapped, you invading a swamp, food, some James Bond type shit, which are by the way the coolest by far, and finally Gengar's Dungeon, where you do... Yeah, okay, I don't know how these things are connected at all. Additionally, you also have these Origins levels, which are essentially like 50 extra short level. Now, just like any other platformer, this game mostly consists of stuff that seems like it came directly from a 3-year-old's mind. And the game is to quite a large extent the same as any other platformer. However, there is one thing in particular that makes this game way better than literally any other platformer. And that is the music levels. And I could you not, if there's one thing that makes a game worth playing over and over again, it has to be these music levels. Having one music level per playlist and an additional full playlist with harder versions of the songs after you complete the main game, these things just hit different. And it's not only in the music levels, extra stuff like the end credits can also be broken by your character and you get looms from it. Now I could be wrong about this, but I personally haven't seen a single other game that does something like this, which is kind of strange because it's genuinely a really cool idea. Now while I could go on and on about why this game is better than all the other platformers out there, it's not like everyone's still gonna agree with me, because those people might have a different game that they played as a child that to them seems way better than this game. I really enjoyed getting back into Rayman Legends after a few years, and I must say that the graphics paired with the unique gameplay aspects and music design, which by the way you have heard as background music this entire video. Yeah, hi, Editing Echoeld here. If you couldn't tell, this is not Rayman Legends music, because as it turns out, Ubisoft really likes to put like very strict copyrights on their music, which fair enough, it is their game, but I mean come on, it's some of the best music out there, Rayman. You could at least have let me use it. That being said, I tried to choose as similar music as possible to Rayman Legends music, so if you did enjoy the vibe of this music, then you're most likely gonna enjoy Rayman Legends music as well. Makes for an, in my opinion, perfect platformer game. And also I needed an excuse to get this game on my PC. Thanks for watching. I know the script kinda changed tone midway through because there were certain things that I wanted to highlight more than others, but I do hope you still enjoyed this video. Speaking of which, if you did enjoy this video, consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing. I truly do appreciate it. Also, let me know in the comments below if you've ever played Rayman Legends and if you thought it was a good game. But apart from that, yeah, I'm gonna go play more Rayman Legends, dude. I got serious problems.